Hi, everybody. Thank you. Today I'm going to talk about the karma. But before I begin today's topic, I would like to back up a little bit for yesterday's talk. I'd like to mention one more conversation that between the Greek king, Melinda, and the Venerable Nagarjuna. One more question that I want to mention from the king, Melinda, is that the king asked the Venerable Nagarjuna, saying that, is it so that one does not transmigrate, but still be reborn? And the Venerable Nagarjuna said, yes. But then the king requests, please give me an example. And the Venerable said that, when you kindle a lamp from one to the other, does this one lamp transmigrate to the second lamp? The king said no. So by that way. And then the king asked, please give me one more example. And the Venerable said, when a child learns a verse from from his teacher, does the verse transmigrate from the teacher to the child? No. So that is the reply from the Venerable. Okay, let me come to the talk today. I'm going to give a story that is from a sutra I read. It was about, at one time in India, the Buddha, he sat by a river, and a monk approached him to ask for teaching, and the Buddha was teaching the Dharma. And at that time, there was a cowherd. He stayed nearby, and happened to stand nearby, and he was listening to the teaching as well. And because that cowherd listened to the Dharma attentively, he was not aware that his stick was rest on the back of a frog. And because the frog feel pain, right? But because the frog did not want to disturb the attention of the cowherd, so he did not move at all. He forbade the pain, but the stick continuously going down, and then eventually pierced into his body, so he died immediately. But before he died, he has the pure faith, placed his heart on the Buddha with pure faith. Just by the instant that he placed his heart on the Buddha with pure faith, he was reborn in the domain of 4 celestial kings. And after the frog became a celestial being, as the regular the heaven being has the ability to see 3 things after they get reborn. They get reborn there. One is, where was he or she? And the second, where am I now? Where am I? The third one is, what make me to be reborn here? So that frog, heaven being, was able to see that his previous body was a frog, and because he placed his heart purely on the Buddha, he has pure faith on the Buddha, so he was able to reborn in the celestial, in the heaven. So he immediately went to the Buddha to pay respect to the Buddha with gratitude. And the Buddha teach him Dharma, and then he got realized, and entered the stream, the first stage of the stream of the sagehood. And then the disciple of the Buddha asked Buddha to tell them that what is the virtue that what is the karma that this frog heaven being has done before, so which make him to become a frog, and what virtue he has done that he has the opportunity to get realized in front of by the teaching of the Buddha. So the Buddha said that in the very, very long time ago in the Kashyapa Buddha's land, there was a monk. He he likes to meditate a lot. He likes to do meditation. So one day he entered a village, and then there was a temple in the village, and he stayed in the temple for the night. And then he tried, at the beginning of the night, he tried to collect his mind and then do meditation. And because of the monk next door to him started to recite the sutra loudly, so he couldn't collect his mind and do meditation. And he said, well, I will do it in the middle of the night. But at the time of the middle of the night, he tried to do meditation again, but the monk next door to him started to chant the sutra again loudly. So he said, well, how about let me do that at the later part of the night. But again, the same thing happened. So he got mad, and then he said, what's wrong with this monk? From beginning of the night until the late of night, and annoying me with the sound like a frog. Because of that thought, then he later become a frog for 500 lifetime. So, and because he has practiced ethical conduct, chastity, under the teaching of the Buddha Kashyapa, so he has the virtue to obtain that realization under the teaching of the Shakyamuni Buddha. So a verse after this story is said in the text, said that even hundreds, thousands years pass by, and what we have done does not appear. That does not disappear. Do not disappear. So when the cause and condition meet, we experience what we do ourselves. There's a simile given in the Pali text. It says that karma follow. Here in this case, karma means the result of what we what we have done. Follow people, just like a ship is broken in the middle of the ocean, and the seawater, for sure, come into the ship, the broken ship. And for a person who has done a deed, for sure the result will come back to him or her. There's a simile given in the Pali text. Okay, thank you today.